Welcome to Human Services Stories, Management, Customer, and Staff Voices. I'm Clinton Lewis, and I'm glad you're here. Today's episode is about the shift in mindset, moving from what if to I can. In human services, that shift matters because the questions we carry can either hold us back or move us forward. What if I make a decision that does not solve the problems facing my clients? What if they are better off remaining in their home and not being placed in care? What if I'm too late? What will they do without the assistance provided by the agency? Those are real questions and they reflect the weight of the work. But they do not have to stop us. They can become a starting point for courage, action, and purpose. The weight of the work. Human service professionals carry responsibility that is both practical and deeply personal. Every decision can affect a family, a child, an older adult, or a person trying to stay stable during a difficult season. That's why so many people in this field ask themselves hard questions before they act. What if the decision does not solve the problem? What if the best option is not the most obvious one? What if a person can remain safely in their home with the right support instead of being placed in care? What if the timing matters and the delay can make things worse? These questions show that you care. They show that you are thinking critically and not casually. In the work, concern is not a weakness. It's a sign that you understand the impact of your choices. It's a sign that you are paying attention to the people behind the paperwork, the families behind the case notes, and the lives behind the policies. From fear to purpose. Danger is not asking what if. The danger is in staying too long. If we only focus on what could go wrong, we might forget we are capable of doing right. That is why the shift to I can is so important. I can help those who are in need. I can handle my large caseload. I can make a difference. These are not empty statements, they're declarations of purpose. They remind you that you are not powerless. You have skills, judgment, and compassion. You have the ability to serve with intention, even when the work is demanding. In human services, the work may be complex, but it is not impossible. The needs may be large, but so is your capacity to respond. When you move from fear to purpose, you become more effective, more grounded, and more confident in the work that you do. I can help. I can help those who are in need is more than just a phrase. It is a commitment. It means that you're willing to step toward need instead of away from it. It means that you're prepared to listen, assess, support, and act. Helping people in need may not always look dramatic. Sometimes it means connecting a family to resources. Sometimes it means helping someone understand the process. And sometimes it means staying patient when cases um, are complicated. Sometimes it means being the person who does not give up when others have lost hope. That kind of help matters. It can stabilize a family, reduce risk, and create a path towards better outcomes. In human services, the smallest acts of support can have a lasting impact. I can handle my caseload. I can handle my large caseload is another powerful statement. Not because the work is easy, but because you are choosing to believe in your ability to manage it with skill and structure. Large caseloads can feel overwhelming. They can create pressure, stress, and fatigue. But they also call for organization, prioritization, teamwork, and resilience. Handling a large caseload means staying focused on the most urgent needs, using time wisely, knowing when to ask for support, and remembering that progress is built one case, one decision, and one step at a time. You may not be able to do everything at once, but you can do the next right thing. And when you keep doing the next right thing, the work moves forward. I can make a difference. I can make a difference is where confidence and service meet. You may not change every system overnight. You may not solve every problem in one visit, but you can make a difference in real, meaningful ways. You can make a difference when you treat people with dignity, respond with empathy, make thoughtful decisions, and advocate for what is needed. Difference is not always measured in grand outcomes. Sometimes it's measured in relief, trust, safety, or hope. Sometimes it's measured in the fact that someone felt hard, supported, alone, less alone because you showed up. They were actually heard. That matters and it adds up. I can use this policy, resources, and services. One of the most important part of this work is understanding and using policy, resources, and services to help clients make better outcomes. Human services professionals are not just problem solvers, they are navigators, interpreters, and connectors. When you understand policy, you can make informed decisions. When you understand resources, you can connect to people. When you understand services, you can guide clients towards stability and progress. But not this knowledge is powerful because it turns intention into action. It turns care into outcomes. It turns the difficult situation into opportunity for support. And when you apply that knowledge well, you help people build stronger futures for themselves and their families. I can change the world. I can change the world may sound bold, but the human services change often begins one person at a time, one family at a time, one decision at a time, and one act of compassion at a time. Changing the world does not always mean doing something huge. It means changing the course of one life. Sometimes it means helping someone remain safe, connected, and supported. Sometimes it means creating better outcomes through steady, consistent work. When you combine compassion with knowledge and effort with purpose, you become part of something bigger than yourself. You become part of a force that helps people move forward. That is how change happens. That is how the world gets better. Here's a coaching moment for this episode. Ask yourself number one, what if question is holding me back? Number two, how can I turn that question into a I can statement? Number three, what is one thing I could do today to help someone in need? Number four, how can I manage my caseload with more focus and confidence? Number five, what policy, resources, or services I can use to improve outcomes for a client? Then ask yourself, what if becomes I can? I can help those who are in need. I can handle my large caseload. I can make a difference. I can understand and utilize resources and services to help clients have better outcomes. I can change the world. The question that began with what if are real, but they do not have to define you. In human services, you're called to think deeply, act wisely, and serve faithfully. You can help those who are in need. You can handle your large caseload. You can make a difference. You can use policy, resources, and services to help clients have better outcomes. And yes, you can change the world. Thank you for listening to Human Services Stories, Management, Customer Staff Voices. Keep moving from what if to I can. Remember, you got this.